Predicting the Champions League final between Inter Milan, PSG. I feel like it's going to be an absolute classic between two sides who play football the right way. Guys, football is healing, and Inter Milan and PSG are both at the pinnacle of where football, I think, should be going in the next few years. They're not scared stiff. They're not overly pragmatic. They play beautiful football, at times a little bit too open, a little bit end-to-end. But because of that, they've created some of the greatest football matches I've ever seen in a Champions League kind of run into the final. I mean, you're looking at Inter Milan Barcelona as maybe the greatest semi-final in the history of Champions League football in terms of entertainment. And then you look at PSG, the way they've gotten past Liverpool, champions of England, Arsenal that beat the champions of Europe last season, and a very, very strong Aston Villa side. You feel that the way they approach football as well, they're both meeting in Munich. It could be an absolute classic. And the way they approach the game is absolutely stellar, and it's exactly where football needs to be going, in my honest opinion. Look at PSG, one of the most well-rounded, high-quality sides I've seen in many years in the Champions League. I really mean that. They got two of the best fullbacks you're going to see of this generation of football in the last 10 to 15 years. Mendes, that goal against Aston Villa was outstanding. Hakimi against Arsenal, an unbelievable finish. I mean, they both got the ability to finish like strikers, and they're a left back and a right back for PSG. The way their midfield controls games, how silky, how stylish their midfield is outstanding. And then you've got a front three that almost play Joga Bonito football. I mean, it's incredible. Dembele could win the Ballon d'Or if PSG win the Champions League this season. Scardia plays street football, it feels like. Buvey's been exceptional. He's got the ceiling to potentially win a Ballon d'Or in the future. I think he's that good. And Barcola, I mean, you don't even know if he's going to start the game because of the strength that PSG have. And he's a young French international footballer who is absolutely outstanding, and he has been when he's come on, when he's started big games in the run-in as well. I think PSG, one of the most well-rounded sides I've seen in the Champions League for a long, long time. Also, they've got a world-class keeper, which isn't too bad as well. Then they're facing a European juggernaut in Inter Milan, who somehow have made it through one of the most crazy end-to-end Champions League semi-finals you're ever going to see. A side that were written off against Barcelona, I think it's fair to say. A side that have really struggled in the league, in the Italian Cup, losing to AC Milan, dropping points to Roma and Lazio in the title running. Inter Milan were in the business end of the season going for a treble, just like PSG are. But the way that they approach football, Inter Milan, they're robust. They're a little bit more physical than PSG, I think that's fair to say. But they're so aggressive. I mean, DeMarco, the way that he was bombing forward against PSG, outstanding. Lautaro Martinez, Marcus Thuram doing the hard work. They're more of a rugged kind of physical side than PSG, but the little moments of quality. I mean, the Thuram backflip, the backheel goal against Barcelona was absolutely outstanding. It's going to be a classic game, and honestly, I go back to the phrase "football is healing." I really do feel that these two sides, even though they care massively about the game, I'm sure if one side is 2-0 up in the final 80 minutes, they're going to start time wasting. They're not that naive, but on some level, the way they got into the final is a real testament to football. They just went for it. Both sides went for it against their respective opposition. PSG really blew Arsenal away. Let's just talk about them a little bit more. They're going for the first treble in French football history. If Luis Enrique does that, we're talking about him as one of the great managers in the world. It probably propels him right below Pep Guardiola. I think that's fair to say. Maybe Ancelotti, of course, as well. It's outstanding. I mean, we haven't had a French winner of the European Cup ever, except for one side in 1993. Of course, that was at Marseille. They did it in Munich against Italian opposition from Milan. You feel that they're the strongest side. I'd say they're 60% favourites to win this match. You always have to back a side who have got more quality on the pitch. As much as history matters, the weight of competition, the fact that PSG have never won it, the fact that they were really poor, I thought, in the 2020 final against Bayern Munich. Despite that, they have really held themselves in the highest regard in terms of how they play football. I'd say in a combined 11, we're talking 7 out of the 11 would be PSG players. To be honest, I think the whole midfield starts for Inter Milan, probably the front three as well. So that's how good PSG are versus Inter Milan in terms of the playing staff that they got available to them. We're talking 4 or 5 potentially world-class players playing for PSG. it's an incredible turnaround. They started really poor. They obviously lost to Arsenal. Dembele couldn't get a game. Since 2025, something's just clicked where maybe it's their fitness levels. Maybe they've wrapped up Ligue 1 at that point in the season, that point in the calendar year. They've just gone on to a whole different level. And you have to say, Luis Enrique, the fact that PSG are in another Champions League final, only their second, is a massive testament to how good this guy is. It's absolutely outstanding. Against Arsenal, I thought they controlled the game. The goal from Fabian Ruiz was outstanding. Hakimi as well. It's a massive testament to French football that they've knocked out Liverpool, Aston Villa and Arsenal. We talk about the strength, the money, the power in the Premier League. And PSG have, let's be real, completely pushed these guys aside. I mean, actually, Aston Villa, ironically, who finished the lowest out of the three in the Premier League this season, put up the biggest opposition, obviously winning at Villa Park as well. Ultimately, they've gotten past all three English sides, which is outstanding. And they smashed Man City in the league phase as well. Let's be real. Inter Milan, they missed a treble. I don't think the squad deserves to be winning a treble, with all due respect. What Conte did with Napoli was outstanding, etc. I think Inter winning a treble with this playing squad would be a little bit crazy, to be honest. But they have enough experience, enough quality to win a one-off game in a Champions League final. It'd be a massive moment for Italian football. We've not seen an Italian winner for so many years, since Jose Mourinho. Inzaghi is just a genius manager. He gets the most out of his side. They were fantastic against Man City. They kept it very, very tight, and they had big opportunities. And you feel that if Lukaku... If it was Martinez getting the chances that Lukaku got against Manchester City, it could have been 1-1, could have gone to penalties, and Inter Milan could have been winning the Champions League. That's how tight it was, and Lukaku, missed big chances. Martinez up front, I think he'll be absolutely dangerous. Their squad's a little bit better now. I think there's no major injuries in either squad, which is crazy. You're looking at someone like Pavard that could come in and strengthen the back line, certainly as a bench option as well. If Inter Milan lose this final, they'll be giving another side a treble. Anytime Inter Milan have lost a Champions League final, they give the opposition a treble. It happened against Ajax. It's happened against Celtic. It happened against Man City's treble. So it feels crazy, but Inter will be giving PSG a treble, which is outstanding for PSG to win it. It'd be shocking again for Inter Milan to be doing that. When they lead Inter Milan, if they score early, I feel like they're going to win the game. I'm not saying they will score early, but they lead 11 out of 14 times in the Champions League this season, and you feel like they never really let themselves go. Barcelona was different, but actually, if you look back at the two legs, they led for most of it or drawing, and ultimately it only took them a few minutes when Barcelona were leading to get back in it with Acerbi with an unbelievable finish. I want to say that Inter Milan are going to win this, but my footballing brain just says that PSG, if they can arrive in a good moment with momentum, keep the ball in midfield, tire out Inter Milan in the final 20 minutes. Maybe it's 0-0 until the 65th, 70th minute. Then they nick it 1-0. Then it's 2-0. Then I think Inter score. I think it's 2-1 PSG. Those are my predictions for the game. Jan Sommer is going to have a game of his life. He was outstanding against Barcelona. That's another player you've got to look out for. Dumfries, DeMarco as well. Two incredible fullbacks that could push Mendes and Hakimi back. But ultimately, it will all come down to Vitinha, Neves and Fabian Ruiz in midfield. If they can get their foot on the ball, link up play and just control possession, I feel that PSG will win their first Champions League. They've been outstanding. They really have been. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give me your predictions for the Champions League final. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon.